Welcome to Paranoia Radio, where we talk all things psychology, people, success, politics, and whatever the hell else I want to talk about. Social issues, whatever else I want to talk about. This is the first episode of Paranoia Radio, and today we're going to be talking about why you're still broke and why you're probably going to remain broke for the foreseeable future. So this isn't a emotional conversation or a motivational conversation. I'm not about to scream at you. I'm not about to yell at you or anything like that. I'm actually kind of ill myself, so yelling is not really on the cards for me. I'm gonna take a very scientific approach in explaining it. I've been obsessed for the past few years about on productivity, on winning, on success, on just greatness in general. And just let's just stick to productivity. The thing I've realized about being productive and being, focused and getting things done, and the thing I've realized about humans is that we're actually we're animals. You know what I'm saying? Like we are people, yes, and we like to pretend that we're just completely sophisticated and civilized, but we have to understand that we still have the same brains. And I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times, but we still have the same brains as the cavemen did, as the hunter gatherer ancestors did. So, at our core, we're still animals. This is why I say that every human has two sides. You have, I call it, your psychological side, which is you, which is your personality, your humanity, your authenticity, your interests, where you were raised, how you speak, all that sort of stuff, right? And then there is what I call your physiological side, which is your animalistic side, your primal side, which we all have, whether you like it or not. Because we all get feelings, we all get hungry, we all get thirsty, we all get, you know, scared. And even those of us who aren't necessarily afraid, those people as well will still be able to understand that, okay, I'm in danger now and I need to focus. All of your feelings, all your intuitions, all your instincts, everything, your urges, it's all your primal animalistic side. You kind of don't have a choice. It's really annoying once you realize it. But that primal side, the hormone that is in charge of focus, that is in charge of drive, that is in charge of motivation, is dopamine. And I think society has the wrong perception of what dopamine is. Everyone thinks of dopamine as a motivation, no, sorry, as a reward hormone. So it's like when you do something, you get dopamine. Like when you achieve something, that feeling of euphoria is when you get a hit of dopamine. What dopamine actually is the chemical that gets you to move. So back in the day, our hunter gatherer ancestors, when they would see, a zebra or something like that, and their mouths would start salivating, thinking about the meat, that's dopamine. You know what I'm saying? Even though they haven't eaten for like 2 days, the reason why they were able to chase it down, hunt it, kill it, it's dopamine. It's a mix of other things, among other things. You know what I mean? But the main driving factor in their focus and in their ability to concentrate, despite their body being, malnourished, despite them probably being hungry or cold or hot or whatever the climate was, is dopamine. Now, that's why you're still broke. Because in order to change your situation, you need to be productive. You need to get up, you need to build a business, you need to get a job. I actually advocate against getting a job, but what I mean by getting a job is you need to get a job to fund the business or career, whatever it is you want to do. You know what I mean? Whether you want to be in fitness, music, entertainment, film, whatever, e-commerce, drop shipping, whatever fits your fancy. You need to have a large amount of focus and a large amount of drive, and you need to get up and do a lot of things every day that suck. You know what I mean? Sending cold emails, making YouTube videos that nobody watches, analyzing why nobody watches them, making songs that nobody ever hears, analyzing why nobody listens to your music, sending cold emails, sending DMs to clients that never hit you back, or you get leads and then none of the leads go through. All of these things require a good amount of dopamine, a good amount of focus, a good amount of drive, a good amount of motivation. But when you wake up, and you go on Instagram or you go on TikTok or you go on YouTube or you go on anything other than wherever you need to be working, and you consume content, you are destroying your brain's ability to produce the hormone that is responsible for you being able to concentrate. So your brain gets this hit of dopamine first thing in the morning, especially if you also eat breakfast on top of that. Oh my days. If you wake up and like eat breakfast and then like watch a movie or something, what you're doing is it's like, you know how people take steroids and when they come off the steroids they shrink because their body's natural ability to produce what it needs to produce to build muscle, it's taken away because now it's like you're giving your body this extra juice. You know what I mean? To take it to the next level, but a lot of times you see guys when they come off of steroids, they become fat or they become very thin or whatever they become. It's because, bro, their body forgot how to produce the natural hormones that is required to build muscle. It's the same thing with dopamine. I need you to like, I know I'm like being very relaxed, but I need you to understand the severity of the situation. Like, you are drugging yourself every day when you wake up and you spend the first few minutes or hours of the day on socials, talking to people, on your phone, for example, looking at people's statuses, even if it's depressing, even if you don't necessarily enjoy Instagram, even if you don't necessarily enjoy social media, even if it's like you're doing something horrible or like corny, like you're stalking an ex or something like that, or looking at a crush, um, you're still giving your brain a hit of dopamine. So it's going to be much harder for you to concentrate later on in the day and get things done. And it's literally like if you would have made 2 videos that day, you're going to make half a video. Like you're going to make 25% of what you usually would have done by doing that. Because your brain is like, oh, we got work in. We did things today. We don't need to focus. He ate breakfast today. He watched a movie today. Everything's all good. You know what I mean? He jerked off today. Everything's all good. What does he need dopamine for? Life is good. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why you're still broke, is because you're waking up and you are consuming all of these dopaminergic activities and these things that are now like henceforth inhibiting your ability to focus, to get things done, to be motivated, to really lock in and work at your optimal state. You know what I mean? And these are basically just eating, consuming, and any form of pleasure, any form of pleasure, whether it be self pleasure or any other type of pleasure. Um, Besides sex, I don't think sex is bad, but that's a personal opinion. But yeah, you're doing all these things, and what they're doing is they're letting your brain know that everything is all good. So this is the scary part. What I realized is that you could legit be in a situation that you hate. You could be broke. You could maybe be in an abusive household. You could be, just in a place and in a situation that, and an environment that you just despise, and yet you will remain there because psychologically, remember I said it's two parts. Psychologically, your mind knows that I don't like it here. I hate it here. I wish I was, in another country. I wish I was somewhere in a beautiful place. I wish I had my own house, my own car, whatever. That's how you feel, right? That's what your brain thinks. That's what your personality thinks. But your body, your physiological side, your primal side, your subconscious thinks that everything is okay because you're eating, you're getting water, and you are getting hits of dopamine from whatever social media you're consuming, whatever entertainment you're consuming. So you yourself consciously hate it, but subconsciously you feel like it's okay. And that's the scary part, and that's the part that probably is going to piss a lot of people off, is that deep down you're actually okay with the fact that you live with your parents. Deep down you're actually okay with the fact that you're in an abusive like situation. Deep down you're actually okay with the fact that you're broke because you aren't there isn't enough urgency, there isn't enough adrenaline, there isn't enough anxiety, like good anxiety of like I need to get up out of here, I need to lock in, I need work. Simply because you are numbing yourself with all of these dopaminergic activities that the matrix has created and like served us. So you could literally, yeah, you could literally be in a household. Let's say you, I don't know, your mom is abusive, your dad is abusive verbally or whatever, emotionally, and you stay there for years and years and years because you wake up and you can still go on TikTok and you can go on Instagram and you can watch YouTube videos, and they don't do anything to make your conscious mind feel better, but your subconscious mind feels okay, and you're still eating every day. So you'll still be like, oh no, it's it's okay. It's I mean it sucks, but it's not that bad. You know what I mean? So the only way to maximize your productivity and to do it is to cut out all coping mechanisms, which sounds crazy because it's like if you're at rock bottom and the one thing that's helping you keep your sanity is the fact that you take a bath every day, or the fact that, I don't know, you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend that you talk to every night, or the fact that you watch movies. I'm telling you to stop doing that. Stop doing that because you need to go crazy. You need to lose your mind. You need to be like, I can't take it anymore. That's when you're gonna work. That's when you're gonna really lock in. And that's also when you're gonna become a lot more, not really creative as in like coming up with your best ideas, but creative as in you coming up with ideas quicker and you shooting off the muscle. I'm doing it right now as we speak. I didn't know I was gonna be doing this podcast this morning, but I stopped last night. I couldn't sleep and I was thinking about this and I stopped, sort of watching. Like I tried, I actually couldn't, but I tried to stop watching YouTube and stuff like that. And I was like, I need to do something. I need to keep trying different things. So it's like, you know what? The video on the Donnie Speaks channel that got the most views was the video of me just talking trash, just talking about life. So let me just do that. This morning, let me just wake up and just talk. It's the first thing I did this morning when I woke up. I didn't go on YouTube. I didn't go on. I haven't been on Instagram in over a month, but I haven't been on my personal Instagram account. But I didn't go on any social media. I didn't watch no movies. Nothing. I came straight here. I got to work. That's what happens. You know what I mean? When you're dopamine deprived, because now my brain is craving that dopamine rush, and it's not getting it because I'm not giving it to it. So it's like, okay, what can we do? What do we need to do? Well, we gotta work. I'd bet you work. And that's why you're still broke, bro. I'll elaborate in a later video. This video's getting a bit long. I'll probably elaborate again either tomorrow or later today. But the reason why you're still broke is because subconsciously you're comfortable in your environment. Your brain feels safe. You're eating. Your brain is getting a lot of dopaminergic stimulus, and that is making it feel like, okay, it's not that bad. We don't need to lock in. We don't need to focus. And that's why even though you are living at home or living with your parents or in an abusive relationship, you're still lazy. You still procrastinate. You still don't get things done, is because subconsciously all these coping mechanisms that you have, taking a bath, going for walks, eating certain foods, I don't know, whatever it is, bro, posting mirror selfies, whatever fits your fancy, these things are keeping you from tapping into your true potential, because they're keeping you from really realizing the severity of your situation. They're numbing you, literally numbing you, and keeping you from really focusing and working hard. And in order to really not be broke anymore, you need to cut these things out of your life, lose your mind, and then take that insanity and put it into the work. So yeah, this was episode 1 of Paranoia Radio, and it was the reason why you're still broke and why you'll probably remain broke for the foreseeable future. Thank you.